Why?
No, we've had the wildlings have made contact with us.
And over here, Miss Brywin.
Is that Brywin?
Hi, Lord Commander.
This is my
Yes, and the one
humble
that they
abode
call
where I do my
is
work
inside
as
the
a
compound.
tailor.
No, she went back over though.
Oh god.
It's quite cozy.
Fucking
After I
wildling.
shot her 5 times.
I hope you read your
Very
vows, Baron.
nice.
Yeah, Lord
I,
Commander.
I'll get brushed up on them.
I take my work
You and Brian, we
quite
need to have a
seriously,
meeting.
but
Some important things have come up.
everybody needs his warm clothing, of course.
I see.
Yes. And hopefully Lord Commander has stopped that you've given him 2 sets of fur clothing, so when his first set gets ruined, he doesn't just show up without any when he needs it repaired.
Yes, that's what I wanted to tell you. This is just where I do my things. This door is always locked, of course, and not open for the public. The first door is open though, and got a chest right here where people can put their broken clothes in, so I can repair them. And they can take new clothes out of the armory where I stuck the black ones in there.
That's very clever of you.
How's it going, Brywin?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself, Lord Commander?
A few scrapes and bruises, but nothing can keep me down. Walker here tells me we should have a meeting.
If you have time.
Sure. Shall we go up to my office?
Okay.
Simon, Baron, do you want to prepare the horses for tonight's endeavors? We won't be leaving for quite some time yet, but it's good to get them prepared.
Very well, Lord Commander.
So I hope you've been keeping well, Brywin. What have you been doing with yourself?
Well, oddly enough, I've been living north of the wall.
What? Is that where you left to? How did you even get out of the gate?
Well, I opened it and walked outside. I wanted to go to the weird tree, and nobody was here, and I didn't want to go to Winterfell again, so I knew it was out there, so I just went out there, and well, this guy came along, and he was super nice, and he offered to show me where the tree was, and he waited around for me, but at the same time, I figured he was a wildling and I should be scared of him, so I ran away, and when I ran, well, it was dark, and I'm not supposed to be outside the walls at dark, but I fell, and I hit my head, and I woke up down on the beach. Pretty far away, actually. Yeah, and then they came back and found me, and then they let me live with them.
You've been living with wildlings?
They're free folk, my lord.
They're wildlings. They've been sieging us non-stop. Well, until we moved them along, let's say. We've had a little peace for the last 2 days.
I saw what you did to their camp.
Well, we didn't do too much. I had to retreat. I got injured in the battle.
Well, they've never done anything bad to me. They never even lifted arms of any sort, even though I raised my bow to them. They've been nothing but nice.
Why is that?
Why is what?
Why have they been nice to you?
Because they're no different than you, Lord Commander.
Apart from they try and kill us, and they have killed us. Not me personally, obviously, but members of the Watch. They rape, thief, pillage, and I have met a few that are cannibals.
Well, other than being cannibals, what do you think's here at the Night Watch? It's either here, or you don't have a head, or you live your life in a dungeon. You have the same type of people. Exception of Alexander here. Same type of people. And you trust them. You trust them with your life, Lord Commander.
I trust Walker with my life.
So then how do you have these other men here? In such close proximity to yourself if you can't trust them.
Iron and locks until I can trust them.
I lived with the free folk with no locks. Never had a thing stolen from me. Unlike here, unlike when I was living out on that beach and someone tore down my walls and took my stuff. Never once. Even with gold in my pocket, they never even bothered anything I had.
Well, did they know that you were south of the wall?
Yes.
Maybe they were trying to use you. I heard something that you can use to gain an advantage over one's enemy.
But you're not the enemy, Lord Commander. They don't want to live in the north anymore because of the White Walkers. They really could care less about you guys, to be honest. They just want to go south, save their lives.
Yes, that's part of the reason they came and spoke to us, Lord Commander. They say that they've been attacked numerous times by the Walkers, and they'd like to make some type of deal with us.
I don't think you kind of fully understand the role that we're in. For centuries and centuries we've guarded this wall against them filthy wildlings. Because they've raped and pillaged and killed our brothers. And now because some undead beast things show up, we're supposed to bow down to them and let them pass. And one
They're
for
not
mercy.
asking. They're not
they're
asking
not.
for you.
Well, what are they asking?
They're only asking for themselves to go across the wall and settle where they can be left alone, where they can live. Because you know what? That Night King, he doesn't care if you're Southern born, if you're a crow, if you're a Lord Lannister. He's going to take you no matter what. And how do you know that wall's going to stop him from coming down the realm and bringing his White Walkers with him?
My point is, why would we show any mercy and favour to the people that have been butchering our brothers for years, just because of one slight change in the north, in which we are safe and they are not?
Who says you're safe?
I don't think even the White Walkers can breach the wall.
No, well, Lord Commander, I mean, this deal is it's a one-in-a-lifetime sort of deal. But, I mean, they want to come to us. They want to come through our gates, so we have control of the deal.
And what happens when they go south of the gate? Do we have control of them then?
No, well, we can still control them.
Friends through.
What do we make the deal?
That's the point. They're free folk, as Brywin called it. They don't want to be controlled by anybody. They don't want anything. They want what they want.
They want to be left in peace.
Well, if they want to
Not
cross
much
the wall, they
different
have
from
to
my
change.
village.
If they come, we can manage them. If they come over here, we'll make them settle close by, so that way we can keep an eye on them. And that we put strict rules on them.
And are they going to like that?
Well, if they don't, they can stay on the other side of the wall, or we can deal with them.
You know how tricksy it is that it's been so far to catch the wildlings that actually managed to make it over. How do we bring an entire tribe over without the lords even raising their arms up against us? You mad?
It may not be all of them. It may just be the two of them.
Look, Brywin, and I do believe that there's probably some good free folk up there, people that don't want to abide by, obviously, their normal customs and everything like that. But if we let two through, who's to stop the next two, and the next two, and then suddenly we've
You've
got an
already
entire
got
wildling
two.
raid.
You've already
got
got
one.
two. South of... You've got two.
How do you know this?
Because Felon knows him and told me all about him. And also told me about Jace and his plans for the Iron Claw village.
So Lord Commander, the
Is it-
realms are already in dire straits because they've been able to come over and we haven't been able to control them once they're over.
Oh, that's because one's protected by them bloody Ironclaw fellows.
Well,
And we're
I
still
think-
waiting on the king, which means we need to obviously catch that up since the 3 days are up tomorrow.
No, yes, well, I don't particularly like that village. I think they should have been dealt with a long time ago.
I liked them until they were harboring a wildling. But if all wildlings are these... Oh, they've got two wildlings there now, have they?
Oh, yes. I give you their name, but, you know.
I thought it was just the one, and the other one we didn't actually know about.
Well, you don't know about him, but I do.
I'm sure they're holding many other secrets from the other lords of the realm.
They want to talk to you peacefully, Lord Commander. They came here with good intentions. They did not come here armed. In fact, when we were met at the gate by the three of them with their arms drawn, they did nothing about it. Yes, Aelith was partway on the wall because she'd scaled over to see if any of you were awake earlier, and nobody was. I told them that you were probably all in Winterfell getting drunk or something.
I told them to make camp in their old settlement, and then we'll arrive with their reply of what they offer.
Do you think that any of us up here will survive if we let two wildlings beyond the wall? The king will have our heads and just make a new Lord Commander that's willing to do his bidding.
Well, how is it any different from that Sir Baron you have down there? He's kinda quick to arms, you know? He might kill you.
He's already tried to kill the king. That's why he's here.
From what Sir Baron says, the king doesn't have many friends anyway.
Doesn't matter.
But what
Do you
if,
really do you really think the southern people are gonna tolerate them coming over after all these centuries and sharing their lands with them? There's gonna be an uproar.
How would the king feel knowing that one of your Night's Watchmen is a wildling?
Who?
Oh, the one I've told you about. But yet you go ahead and let him take his vows. That so-called stable hand of yours.
You mean him, I think, has actually died of frostbite because I've not seen him in such a long time. And, you know, we ransacked his room and we couldn't find anything. And I am keeping a close eye on him since he can't remember where he's from. Keep your enemies close, Rywin.
Well, if he did die, I hope you burnt his body, because I really don't want to see him in the White Walker army coming towards me.
This White Walker threat will have to be dealt with at some point, Lord Commander.
If a normal, free folk woman can climb your walls, and I've seen her do it twice today, what makes you think a White Walker, or even the Night King himself, if he really wanted to, couldn't climb that wall?
They don't know how to use bloody grappling hooks and metal spikes that dig themselves in the wall to climb it. They're bloody skeleton dead beings.
Exactly.
They'll wash up
They're
on the wall
dead.
like a wave and disappear.
I don't think so, Lord Commander. I think you need to talk to Felon when he's seen how they've attacked the camps, how they devour a mammoth without even a blink of the eye.
I think we should at least go to the encampment, talk to them.
Even after your story, Walker.
I have no
The
love for the
wildlings, what they did.
wildlings, but I acknowledge that the threat of the White Walkers is quite a grave one.
I know your
agree,
story,
it
Alexander,
is.
and I understand how it makes you feel. But I'll tell you what, my story includes things that aren't quite that far different from yours. But the death wasn't at the hands of wildlings. It was at the lord of our own house. But yet I stayed here.
And also, I mean, you trust Bran, Lord Commander. What if she could keep the wildlings in check?
I do trust her. I did before she disappeared. Now I'm not so sure.
It's understandable, my lord. But, like I told them, like I tell everybody now, you're the same people, just happen to be born on one side of a wall versus another. But you're people. And the Night Walkers, or the White Walkers, and the Night King, he doesn't care about that sort of stuff. He wants an army, and he'll take you, he'll take Alexander, he'll take Aelith, he'll take me, because he doesn't care about that sort of stuff. These are just people that want to live, Lord Commander. They just want to live peacefully and quit running from you.
We don't chase them down, we defend the wall. If they push us to venture out and burn down their encampments, then we do so. They're the ones that attacked us. They're all the ones that attacked us.
But not only you, but the Night's Watch, from years and years and years, have always gone after them. Why? If nobody likes being beyond the wall, why do you go there? Why don't you just leave them be?
That would be a question for the Maester if he's not died from frostbite as well. He'll know for his laws and studies. The Book of the First Men, the first brothers on the wall. This wall was built to keep that thing and everything else north, to protect the realm, because they were a bunch of murderers, thieves, cannibals, and savages. Not much has actually changed, and I do believe that probably you are telling the truth, and this one wildling or two might, by some miracle, not be a cannibal and actually be quite a normal person. But what's stopping 2 wildlings, then 4 wildlings, then 5 wildlings, and the rest of them coming down here and ripping apart the 7 kingdoms?
How is that any different from the southerners that we've seen up there? Coming through and leaving traces that they're up there just killing animals and probably looking to kill people. Probably taking them back for money, for gold. Who knows, even to the king. What stops
Yes.
them from being up there?
That is also another issue, Lord Commander. People are illegally crossing the wall.
Who?
Well, there have been many signs of people crossing and signs that not wildlings have been there, but others. And I've heard stories as well, people gloating about the things that they find beyond the wall.
Well, if we see them beyond the wall, we'll treat them as such.
But
Either way,
fella knows who they are.
the way I see
Go up
it is
there.
we defend the wall, or my head is mounted on a pike at King's Landing. I quite like my head.
It's up to you, Lord Commander. But I think you at least give them the right to talk to them. Whether you ask me to go get them, or I take you to the old camp. Either way, I think that's fair enough as a person to a person, regardless of a wall and being southern or being northern.
And how do we know, Walker, that this is not just an ambush to assassinate us?
Well, if we wished, we could easily outnumber them.
Them mammoths count as at least 20 men. You've seen what they can do. You've seen them stomp our brothers into dust.
Ah, well, our horses are much quicker.
I can give you my word, my lord. I know these beasts, and they will have to listen to me. And should Felon or Aelith decide to trade on what they said they were going to do, I can make the beast stop.
How do you control such a beast when you're not a wildling yourself?
Well, she always has her way with the animals.
And we thought the wildlings could control such a beast. Are you a wildling? Is that why they took you in?
My mother was a wildling. Why should that change how you feel about me? Sure, I went across the wall like I wasn't supposed to. But what if I'd come back? What if I hadn't fallen down? You would have never known. You would have still treated me the same, bossing me around and letting me stay here and stuff. So what
I
difference
never
does
bossed
it
you
make what
around.
my
I
mother...
took you in. I took you in because you're out there freezing to death. And I'm an honourable man. I
But
asked
it
you to help
doesn't
out around the
matter.
place.
And I
That was
did,
it.
and I'm still the same person. I never knew my mother. Doesn't matter if she was a wildling or a free folk or whatever.
How can I trust you? You've been gone for what seems to be like a month. And now suddenly you come back out of the blue, telling us stories that you've been living with wildlings. And that they're actually not trying to hurt us or kill us when they scale the wall and bring mammoths to the gate, shooting us with arrows and killing our brothers and stomping them into the dust. Why should I believe you?
You don't have to. All I can say is, I am Brywin Everly, and I am the same person that came here to the wall that you took in, and that I helped the best that I could, getting you horses and taking care of them, fixing your garments, dealing with thievery, and even that one downstairs now. But yet I came back. I told them that you were my friends, and they're my friends, and I put myself in the middle of both of your groups. And I do the same for them. I'm the same person, and I help them just as I helped you. And all they do is the same stuff you do. They have horses and they have mammoths. Have you seen what lives up there in the north? They'd be dead if all you had to rely on was a bunch of horses. They're just people wanting to live.
As a we. If I accept them through, we die either way. I need to think. Get out.
Lord Commander, if I may say, I will give my life and my word for those 2 wildlings. Should they do anything wrong, what you do to them is up to you, but I understand that it will mean my death. Did Lord Commander change his hair?
Oh yes, I think he let it grow out a little bit.
Hello there, Alexander.
Hello, Sir Baron.
The horses are prepared.
Yeah, good. We're just waiting on the Lord's Commander's decision.
Very well.
Oh, Alexander, would you mind, could I go in my old quarters if nobody's residing in there? Just for old time's sake?
Oh yes.
Seems what I left behind is no longer here. But here. I came across that the other day. I have no use for it.
Oh well, thank you.
I had more in there in a shelf, but it looks like someone stole it. Not surprising.
Oh yes, probably.
Do you mind if I sit in the barracks by the fireplace?
Oh yes.
Thank you, Alexander. Has everybody been treating you nicely?
Ah well, yes, it's been quite fine here.
And I am sorry I put you all in such a predicament.